Hello YouTube, and welcome to my channel. I am the Flying Squirrel, and this is a video, as you can see. But what makes this special is, it is a video about games. More specifically, it is a video about 15 games that I find interesting and that you should know about. If you don't know about them already, this is not a top 10s list. There are games that I find cool, so let's get started. The first game I would like to talk about is Mount & Blade. Mount & Blade was developed by a small independent company called Tales Worlds, or Ikisoft Software Company, and published by Paradox Interactive. It was first released in 2008 as a medieval single-player non-linear action RPG. I definitely didn't wiki that. Although this game had beta versions on their website in 2004, it was 2008 when it hit the store shelves on Steam. The criticism towards Mount & Blade was overall positive. Reviewers at that time praised the game for its innovative combat mechanics, complex character system, and the extensively large modding community. It was also criticized for its repetitive quests, boring conversations, and poor graphics. But come on guys, I mean, the mods themselves make up for the game's crappy quests, and there are graphical mods like Florist mod, which make it look like a AAA game. Well, somewhat. Now, some of you are asking, what is that game, or why Mount & Blade? Why not the newer versions like Warband or Napoleonic Wars? Because Mount & Blade was just perfect just the way it was. The newer versions of them just add the game what the modding community already had. Literally, there are exact mods that look like the expansions for Mount & Blade. Number 14, Crash Bandicoot Tag Team Racing. This was the first Crash game I had ever played and had the most fun with. Sure, it was a spin-off of Mario Kart at the time, but it was fun. I wasted hours playing this game just to get a better score than my friend or collect all the pointless collectibles. And Crash. Oh man, he was just awesome with his weird face and creepy but funny actions. I'm still not sure if he's a squirrel or fox though. Number 13, Super Meat Boy. Super Meat Boy is a game sent from hell that will aggravate you to the point that your brain will turn into a supernova and destroy the world. I'm sure you can find countless of videos on YouTube just raging about this game. I hate this game, but I also admire its creators for making such a crazy game. As much as it's hard, it's also incredibly addicting. I probably spent 3 hours trying to beat a boss battle. Overall, great game though. Number 12, Half-Life 2. Developed by Valve, Half-Life disappointed disbelievers and surpassed its predecessor in a landslide. It won 39 Game of the Year awards and won the Game of the Decade award. It sold about 6.5 million copies, making it the number one ever sold on PC. And that's not even counting the Steam sales. What a great game though, a true pioneer of its kind. Okay, that's enough poetry, let's move on. Number 11, God of War 3. Sex, gods, titans, Aphrodite, what more do you want? The game had everything for me at the time. I was already a fan of the series, but the third one blew me away. It had a solid gameplay, epic boss battles, orgasmic graphics, and a soundtrack that will make you grow chest hair in a second. Number 10, Star Wars Battlefront 2. This game was a true lifesaver back in the day when I was little, and I had nothing to do. I would just open my PSP and start gathering my squad for the next assault on the Empire. I was so hooked on this game that's not only did I have it on my PSP, I also had it on my PS2 and an emulated version on my PC. Just a fun game, and I hope it will not be forgotten in the dusty shelves of stores. Number 9, Counter-Strike 1.6. The first ever first-person shooter I've ever played. I used to play this in an internet cafe with random sweaty kids who used to shout all the time. This game probably defined the whole FPS category. Again, developed by Valve. Surprising how they always make these classic games all the time. Maybe they're time-traveling game developers. Number 8, Earthworm Jim. This game was also there with me in my childhood. I like crazy, wacky, and funny games, and Earthworm Jim was one of them. I have fond memories playing it and with my friend and over the Game Boy Advance. Good times. Number 7, Assassin's Creed 2. Developed by Ubisoft, Assassin's Creed 2 slowly started building a fan base of people who haven't even played the game itself, but like the lore. I mean, come on, who doesn't like roaming around the rooftops of Renaissance Italy and assassinating Templars while talking to Leonardo da Vinci himself? Man, sure, the gameplay wasn't perfect and it has some minor DRM or copy protection issues, but its story and its world were beautiful and totally immersifying. Number 6. Tekken 4. They say there are two kinds of people in this world, Street Fighter people or Mortal Kombat people. I am neither because I think Tekken is the best 2D fighting game. It's not a game you play because of the story, it's a game you play with your friends at a party or something. And somebody comes along and spills Coke all over your fucking PS2 at your birthday? Well, good thing it still works though. Number 5. Hitman Blood Money. The game that made me paranoid looking out for enemies in every corner. Developed by Square Enix, Hitman's a third-person shooter that is basically like Splinter Cell. And this game does a good job making you believe that you are the Hitman himself, Agent 47. Unlike the new one where they try to tell you Agent 47 has feelings. Bullshit. 47 is a genetically engineered killing machine that is as cold as a Siberian snow leopard on hunting season. Number 4. The Incredible Hulk. Were you ever so angry that you wanted to pick up a whole building and throw it at thousands of innocent people in the middle of a park? Well, this game totally lets you do that, and more. I never really cared for the story itself that much because I was reading the comic books for the story. Instead of playing the campaign, I went on completely obliterating the city of, I don't know what's it called, but it was fucking awesome. Number 3, Call of Duty 4, developed by Activision. As you know, COD 4 was the best in its franchise. Well, that's what I think at least. This game was like an epic blockbuster movie where you are the star and you don't know what's going to happen next. There are planes coming at you, mortar missiles, and bad guys with guns coming at you. Just a solid game. Multiplayer is good too. Number 2, the Portal series. Developed by yours truly again, Valve. Portal was a modification of Half-Life 2 engine and was made for the purpose of a small minigame for the Orange Box. Later, when the lead director of Valve saw potential, he made the game its own franchise. Great characters, a lovely plot twist in both games, and overall, very fun puzzles. Number 1. Spore. This game, man, it has so much creativity and customization in it. I probably played this for 2 days straight, just making different creatures and see what happens. Sure, it's an EA game and not many people like that, but I really don't care which company did which game. I just like the game for game if the game is good. I mean, yeah. The community for this was also very extensive. Thousands of weird Spore creations that you can download and will be automatically put in your game. How cool is that? Number 0? GTA San Andreas. Grove Street for life, guys. This is a controversial game developed by Rockstar that hit the shelves in the 2004s. It was set in the mid-90s in Los Angeles where gang activity was just increasing. Knowing Rockstar, they can make some fucked up games like Manhunt. Kids, I don't really advise that game to you. Stay away from that game. Luckily, GTA San Andreas was a bit toned down, but it's still a fun game. Can't wait for 5. So those are my top 15 games you should know about. If I have missed anything or you have your own suggestions, please leave your comments and maybe give a like or two. And if you don't like my top 15 list, that's fine. I respect your opinion.
This was a triumph. I'm making a note here, huge success. It's hard to overstate my satisfaction. Aperture Science. We do what we must because we can. For the good of all of us, except the ones who are dead. But there's no sense crying over every mistake. You just keep on trying till you run out of cake. And the science gets done and you make a neat gun for the people who are still alive. I'm not even angry. I'm being so sincere right now. Even though you try to